Lately, it's been feeling like I can't get an idea out to save my life. It's like I know what I have to do for the day. I have my freelance work, the jobs I have to do. I shoot right here. But when it comes to creating for myself or just coming up with an idea for myself, it's like I just can't.
Hello, Victor. You want to play a game? You have 5 minutes to free yourself from the chains by coming up with a creative idea.
Okay.
The game starts now.
Today we're talking about how our brains are feeling mentally constipated and how to get them back regular again. How old am I? Today we're talking about 3 techniques that you can do to obtain mental clarity and get back to creating. Let's get into it. So number 1, you're sitting on your idea. Wait, hold on. What is that? By this I mean you are sitting on your ideas, thinking about them rather than writing them down, developing them, getting inspiration for them. When you are thinking about your ideas for so long, you're just keeping everything in your head and thinking about, what if I do this? What if I do that? What if blah, 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 blah. It can go on and on because you're not really developing them. You're just thinking about it. That holds up a lot of brain space. I do it all the time. I really do. But once you start writing your ideas out and trying to develop them for you to execute, even if you don't execute it, it's better to write them down than just to keep them in your head. A benefit of doing that is maybe 2 months from now, you have a gig and you're trying to brainstorm ideas. Of course, you're going to be put in that same situation to where you're almost forced to have an idea. So it's always good to have like maybe a little idea book or something you can go back to that you thought of, 3 months ago that you can execute now. It's always better to read back on your old stuff than, to be stuck in the present day. Along with that, there's something called mind mapping. I call it brain dumping. I don't know why. I guess because I'm childish. Usually to mind map, I just write down words or adjectives, nouns, whatever, and then I write words that are associated with that or what comes to mind when I think of XYZ. It just helps you develop an idea that you have that maybe, is very loose. You have a song or whatever. And then when you get through mind mapping, you might have like a loose idea of what you could do as a concept. Number 2, blue light is kicking your ass. Numerous studies on what blue light actually does to your brain and how it affects your eyes. Look it up. I'm not even going to tell you, but look it up. And if you're like me, I'm at a computer for 12 hours, 8 to 12 hours a day, because I edit, I do my own work, I stare at cameras, I'm on my phone, all of that. When I'm not looking at my phone, I'm looking at a screen editing. When I'm not looking at my computer screen, I'm looking at a camera screen. If I'm not looking at my computer screen, I'm probably looking back down at my phone screen. I got a Google screen in my kitchen. I have a TV in the living room. No matter where I go, there are screens and blue light is getting emitted from them. We literally give ourselves no break from the blue light. Blue light that is known to literally keep you up from going to sleep. It gets so bad to where I take a break from editing from my computer screen to sit down and watch TV and then scroll on TikTok on my little tiny pocket screen. And nothing is inherently wrong with it. Like nothing's wrong with scrolling on your phone. Nothing's wrong with editing your video. Nothing's wrong with watching TV. But I think it is good to have boundaries. It's something I'm still working on, something I don't necessarily put into play all the time. But sometimes it is good just to set a boundary for yourself. When you wake up, maybe don't look at your phone and scroll for the first 30 minutes. When you're editing and you know that you're going to be editing for probably a good 8 hours, take an hour rest in between. Those are the type of boundaries that I'm talking about. Don't just constantly put a screen in front of your face because that is what's going to your eyes. You're going to get fatigued. By the end of the day, we don't feel like doing anything when we've been staring at a screen. So I get brain mush. I really do think that limiting your time in front of blue light will give you, a little bit more mental clarity. Reason number 3 why you might not be able to achieve mental clarity is you don't have any structure to your day. This is something I'm still working on, something I'm not perfect at all. Like I literally went to sleep at midnight last night and woke up extremely late. Well, like 8:30 today when I was planning to make this video at 6:30, 7 a.m. That didn't happen, but it's literally 3 o'clock right now. But getting into a routine and kind of knowing what you're going to get into the next day will help you. Instead of like waking up with no purpose, it's good to have drive in that beginning area of the day. So if you did have to brainstorm, if you did have to be creative later in the day, you don't have anything else on your mind. You've already accomplish what you need to accomplish in that morning slotted time that you had planned, you know? A lot of the time I was getting stressed out because I had like 4 or 5 different things to do, but I didn't know when to do them. And then I'm a huge procrastinator, but when I actually know when something is due, I do it. So a lot of the time, like this YouTube video, I give myself a limit of when I need to get this done by. I need to get this YouTube video shot by Friday. It is Friday. And that's another note to take into consideration. Tip 3.1, I guess you can call it. Be mindful of how long you're giving yourself to do something. Because if you give yourself a month, you're going to take a month to do it. If you give yourself a week, you're going to take a week to do it. I have had many projects when I had 3 months to do it and I wait to that last week. I'm literally doing that now. So I say be mindful, give yourselves end dates. It's very important. Give yourself end dates that are realistic and 100% just know yourself. If you know you're a procrastinator like me, don't give yourself that long to do it because you're going to take that long to do it. So when I went in to finish editing, I realized that my camera shut off right at the end of recording, which is great. It's great. Love it.
Squirrel!
Being creative on a full mind makes you less creative. Trust me. If you're thinking about everything in your mind's all over the place, then ideas aren't going to come like that. And of course, everybody's different, but for me, it takes a lot more than just sitting down with the pencil and paper. It takes motivation, it takes me being inspired, it takes my mind being clear and me having almost no stress and fully focusing on the task at hand. But yeah, those are my 3 tips for obtaining mental clarity and getting back to creating. I hope you liked this video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe.
Squirrel!
All right. Okay, bye.